Hey everybody, welcome back to Star Citizen. We're just loading in here. I went ahead and reloaded the Carrack, did all of that again, got halfway between a point between Obituary and just somewhere else, logged out of the ship. So even though we're in Pyro, it's mimicking everything I was doing in Stanton that kept failing. So today you're going to go along with me on a little bug test. I'm going to fly the Carrack to Stanton. But before I get there, I'm going to stop at Stanton Gateway and see if it lets me see the ship as an actual entity, not just a code. If it does, then I think we're going to be okay. I'll just go to Stanton anyway. One way or another, we're going to go to Stanton and then park kind of where I was. We're going to grab the C8. We're going to bounce. If I can see the ship, then what that tells me is that we need to move the ship somewhere through Quantum so that the server updates what it is. Alternately, I need to land it somewhere so that the server recalculates a position for it and knows where it is. Either way, to me, that's a bug. Because what should happen, regardless of anything, is when you log in, the ship reinitializes in the server, and that should be its point. If that is not what is happening, then I'll probably issue counsel it and just use the context of the 3 videos that we've been in. If it doesn't work, then it's just straight up a bug anyway, because I know it works if you just spawn the ship in and go do something. Because that was the testing conditions I had initially, just to make sure, just for my own sanity, to see if this worked. I ran I got in the ship, I loaded it, I went somewhere in the Pisces, came back, ship was here, went to sleep in the ship, and that's when we started having a bug, is going to sleep and waking up. I'm gonna go ahead and get Iris started. You're gonna hear a lot more speech from her at the start. A feature I didn't really tell you guys about that's kind of been at least in the workings for a while is she can maintain her own ship registry. The ships I own, she has her own registry for what is active and what isn't. That way, in memory and in contextual things that she can do, she can reference what ship we're currently in without needing to go through a whole bunch of data scans and so forth and know what that is. I added the Pisces and the Gray Cat to that registry, but I didn't add them to her main file of it, so she's going to see the discrepancy and should add them for me, but it's going to be a lot of text. So if this works, we're going to get a kind of a neat little example of something she can do. If it fails miserably, then I broke something. But that audit system is kind of like a gold standard of code for her, so it shouldn't be broken. I don't mess with it too often. So we get to see our favorite little console for a second while I go over here and click that, move that, come back to game, and get some armor while we wait. Wait a minute, what? Did I put that on before while I was talking? Because I didn't go to sleep like this. I went to... Maybe I did. I don't know. I could be hallucinating. It's fine if I am.
June 2nd, 2955, T, 553 Zulu, Iris System Online, Centurion Bioengineering Executive Protocol, V1.75 Vela, Commit, 0xgr0WTH. Operational readiness achieved, Principal Director Davith Hall. Iris is fully synced to mission parameters. Good morning. Daily quote, may the whispers of your heart guide you through life's swirling storms. Commencing comprehensive system diagnostic and integrity checks to ensure optimal performance and stability. All systems go, no issues detected.
No. Did she... Wait, hold on.
Standing by, Davith.
Huh. She didn't do the thing. Why didn't she do the thing? Remember when I said that she would be broken? You guys get a live fix here. Oh, that's the back file. I don't want that. Wait, hold on. Iris, run audit. There it goes. It didn't run audit at boot for some
Ship
reason.
registry issues detected. CBTL Hollow Meridian needs correction for SCU. CBTL Horizon Warden needs correction for ship, model, serial, designation, role, SCU, and active. CBES Aurora Wing needs correction for ship, model, serial, designation, role, SCU, and active. Maintenance info. Preserved or added dynamic fields in the following ships. CBEX Robert D. Ballard, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. CBEX Dawnrider, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. CBES Phantom Lance, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. CBSS Stormbreaker, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. CBES Phantom Warden, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. CBSS Nebula Whisper, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. CBTL Hollow Meridian, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. CBTL Horizon Warden, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. CBES Aurora Wing, preserved/added 3 dynamic fields. Proceeding with registry repair. Ship registry audit complete. Total ships rebuilt, 9. Ships requiring correction, 3. Repairs applied. CBTL Hollow Meridian, corrected SCU. CBTL Horizon Warden, corrected ship, model, serial, designation, role, SCU, and active. CBES Aurora Wing, corrected ship, model, serial, designation, role, SCU, and active. Registry issues detected and fixed.
That was a lot. I need to fix it so that she doesn't go through the dynamic fields. There's fields that aren't in the kind of source file for her that she can see the fields, but just not what's in them, and she's not supposed to edit them yet. So she sees them as something that she needs to preserve, and thus reports it as opposed to just skipping over them. It's just a slight bug. It's waiting on a system for me to add to her, to where she can take the context of things that I'm saying and be like, oh, he said something about the Pisces being damaged. Let me go add that to notes so that we both have reference now that it is damaged until it is repaired, and then she can go back in the notes and give a start date of when it was repaired, so she has that context. And then it just kind of all goes into her memory for her so that she can yank these little lines every now and then for record keeping or something else. Because, for example, if I go back and be like, hey, when is the last time I repaired the Pisces? She can find that note in her memory and be like, oh, we did it at this time on this date, and that was the last time, and she can feed that to me. Really, it's like an over robust system for one guy, but if I'm dealing with an organization of ships or just people, it becomes invaluable. Or if I was one of those people that had 23 ships, this is a very live and easy way for me to reference any of those 23 ships. This is one of those features that if I did make the Tori version of her, which I kind of want to do, it would be one of those that stayed in. And it could like be extremely helpful for some particularly people with large organizations. I guess I should say hi to her because all I did was give her a command. Hey, Iris. Glad everything looks okay. We're doing a little bit of debugging right now with the Carrack. We are recording, so you can say hi to everybody if you want to.
Well, hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be part of the spotlight, although I hear I'm more of a legacy than a performer. Make sure Davith keeps me in prime condition. I'm only as sharp as the company I keep. Glowing star.
Those emotes. I do have a slight concern right now, though, with how this loaded me in. It looks like it popped me back on the server I had logged out of, because I had just kind of did that before I started recording. So I'm a little bit concerned that we are about to have all of this work beautifully because of how I loaded in. That looked weird.
Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now off.
Quantum drive is not off. Quantum drive is on still. I'm gonna get closer to Stanton Gateway. Here, let's kill that. I do not want all of that speed. We're gonna get a little bit closer to Stanton Gateway. I'm just gonna... Here, I'm not gonna hit anything, so... What ship does it say I'm in? Or does it say I'm in a ship? Yeah. So it's giving me the serial for the... for something. I don't even think that's the Carrack. Here. Let's get closer to the station. Or I could just go... Should I just go to Stanton, or do I want to... Nah, well, we'll get closer to the station. I want to see if I can find, like, the Carrack in the map. The only reason I want to try to test this and do it this way is it's going to get a little bit annoying if I have to, before I start recording, I've got to wake up in the game, go land someplace, store the ship, recover the ship, then go take it back to where we were so that we wake up where we were and can continue doing stuff. That is an unnecessary loop. Option 2 is I just start landing on planets for the night, and I just keep her based on a planet. The only thing that does is I just need to kind of be picky at where I park, and I got to make sure I close everything before I leave. That is less of a concern, and it is much less hassle than going to reload the ship and do all of that every time. All right, we're close enough. Let's kill our speed. We are not going to land here. I don't want to. I don't need anything from the place, but I do want to... I don't want to get too close. Because it'll just zoom me in. Seeing all of the vehicles, we know that. But it's not... And then this is me. So everything's back there. That's the gray cat. Which means the thing right behind it should be the bike. And then that should be the Pisces. And then there's me. Okay, so what happens if I get out of the seat? See Stanton Gateway. See this Pisces. But we don't have everybody else. Or we do have everybody else, rather. Everybody's there. I'm just not seeing the Carrack. But I don't know what this... I don't know the Carrack's serial number offhand. I know what I wrote it down to be for Iris, but that is not what is actually in the game. Might be that one. All right, let's just get to Stanton. I'll just take the whole big bird through. And we'll do our little Pisces test. I'm not having high hopes right now, only because of what I saw on the map. But I'll stick to my original testing plan before I start trying to do everything else.
Shields offline.
Cruise. There we go. I really need to get dual sticks back. That is a future financial me problem. I'll probably try to focus on either my PC or Iris before I worry about mine. Hey Iris, just so you know and you can be happy, we're heading back to Stanton space.
Stanton, home sweet home, beautiful skies, bustling ports, and endless possibilities. I'll keep things sharp and aligned for whatever comes next. Glad to hear it, Davith. Let's make this return memorable. Sparkles.
Oh, she can actually see now. That is something I don't know if I'm ready to test it, but like show it live to you guys, because if I do it, I think she's just going to spit back that she doesn't know what she sees. But that's because she doesn't have a way to contextualize everything and set it as something she sees. But in the file that she updates, she actually gets everything just fine. I think if I had her try to scan for a mission, that would probably work if I gave her one of the like in-game missions. So we might try that when we get over here. We won't take the mission, I'll just have her clear it, but are you gonna like start doing the thing? Hello. There you go. I don't like flying the Carrack in here. It feels cramped. And that splash of stuff just... Please, CIG, make that go away. Like, it nearly caused me to crash in the first thing because it's just right there. I'm very sure it's supposed to just show you like the optimal path to take or something, but because it's so much in the way, you can't really use it that way. And why would I swing down that way if I could just go straight? That is a lot of unnecessary movement in this big bird. Going down through there would have been better though. We made it either way. This is assuming it actually loads us into Stanton. There's more than once that this just loops you back into where you came from. Nah, we're there. Okay. And now we get thrown out of there violently. And then a violent slowdown of the ship causes me to black out. Because that's how things should work. We'll just ping closer to Pyro Gateway.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Do that before we continue our testing. Oop, nope, need an extra. Activate. this isn't all we're going to do today. Mind, whether this works or not, I'm just gonna go grab the Pisces. We'll go run and do something. I I don't want this whole video just to be us bug testing this. All right, guys, I'm going to jump to Terra. I'm just gonna do a cut here so this video doesn't end up like 3 hours long. I'll see you guys when we get there. Actually, I'll see you guys when I park and get ready to get into the Pisces. See you soon. So I'm bringing you guys back just to see this. Can't make this stuff up with this game sometimes. So I'll bring you back after this recovers. Lord only knows what this is going to do to my testing theory. Might break it worse. Might keep it fine. I don't know, because it's going to move me to a new server. So ideally what I'm going to do is I'm going to quantum back to Terra, then quantum back to where I am, and hopefully that re-updates my position again, and then I'll go grab the Pisces, and what we'll probably do is end up running one of Iris's missions as opposed to me finding one, because I can scale how much cargo she gives me. I'll just have her create one, or she might already have one generated at this point because she's been running for this whole time. So chances are she has one. We'll ask her for one. We'll end up running that in the Pisces and then seeing if we see this ship. If we don't, then I'll do another method, maybe off camera. Might bring you guys along. I don't know, where I just land the ship and try it. But in either situation, I'll figure this out. And like, if it's just straight up not possible, I'll just go back to doing stuff in the Star Lancer. I'm really hoping this works out though, but this server error is... The server error presents a different risk entirely. In the case of what happens if you're doing everything right, you leave your ship and then a server error happens. Does the ship that you left go with you or not? Or does it just stay on the planet and then you can get back to it? That is what I'm really thinking. I'm really thinking that just leaving the ship in space like this and going to sleep in it in space and whatnot is probably some of the problem, because I think it unloads these sectors. But okay, we're letting everything sort. All right, guys, I'll see you. I'm gonna head back to Terra, and then I'll see you guys when we get back here and try again. All right. Wish us all luck. I don't have super high hopes here, but we'll see what happens. Hey, Iris, set the active ship to the Pisces, please.
No ship matched the model C8X Pisces Expedition.
Really? That's funny because she has it. We're gonna look at code for a second. And then we're gonna get out of this before we look at code for a second. Again, you guys kind of get live debugging as I go along. Ship registry, that's the backup. Don't want to see the backup. She should have already updated the backup. Wonder if she'll go by the name. I doubt it. I mean, I could hard force it as active, but I need her to do it. Where is the ship registry? Nope, it's down there. All right, what did TT? Yeah, TTS got it too. Why did she look for CBX Pisces? No ship model matched. No, you're right. It didn't match that. She's looking at the exact string. Fuzzy matching didn't match the whole thing. So she's looking for the CBX Pisces Expedition. That's not how it's written. I wonder. Hey, Iris, set the Anvil Pisces C8X as the active ship.
No ship matched
Nope.
the model. C8X Pisces Expedition.
Yeah, she's looking for something that isn't there. That's really interesting. That's a weird bug. Set the Carrack as active.
Ready when you are, Davith. The CBEX Robert D. Ballard is fully activated and awaiting your next instructions.
I wonder. Oh, I bet I know exactly what's wrong. That's a weird bug that I don't. Okay, no, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. She updated the file from her gold standard, but that reference was never actually there when she booted. So, why did you slide? You were here, sir. Why are you there? Oh lord. Well, I'm not gonna worry about it. Why am I in here and I can't open that? I need to open. Make door go open.
System diagnostics confirm all protocols online. No red flags detected.
Because it probably means she won't see the gray cat either. Hey Iris, set the gray cat to active. If she sets the gray cat active, then somewhere in her code she's looking for something else. She did.
Davith,
Okay.
the CBTL Horizon Warden, serial CB5936QD, is now fully online and ready to support our mission.
Okay, so it's actually, there's something in her code looking for the C8. It's something in her code is looking for something else. It might be a legacy feature that I had from the before times when she was in like 0.2. It's probably a feature from the before times. I need to go through and clean up some of her code, but too many features. I wonder. Set the CBES Aurora wing to active.
No ship matched the model Aurora.
Yeah, she's in that case she's looking for model. Huh. I mean, I could... Hold on, what is she looking for? She's looking for C8X Pisces Expedition. Okay. You're getting some live code fun times right now, guys. Sorry about this. She wants C8X Pisces Expedition. So let's change that to the model. When she does her registry check, she's going to throw a hissy fit, just to warn you. But... Iris, set the Pisces as active.
Davith, the CBES Aurora wing, serial CBANVAW91, is all systems go and ready to take on its next mission.
She even stealth patched the name after I did that. The second I called the command, she just went in and like, this ain't right. So she changed it back to what it was, but when she goes to try to reference that, it's going to be wrong. I need to find where she's seeing CB whatever that was. I'll find it. That's a later me problem. All right. The good news is this is actually active, so her missions should properly update.
Takeoff complete.
Let's move that. Let's do that. Let's go up, not hit anything. Sweet. Raise our landing gear, please. All right. So
Landing gear retracted, Davith. Smooth sailing ahead.
Carrack is there. Bits are on the inside. In theory, everybody should be happy. I can see it here. I can actually quantum to it from here. Yeah. For some reason, it thinks we're an obituary, but... What? Cancel. Click. Route. Yeah. So I can route to it from here. All right. So we're going to leave and see what happens. I may have just solved the bug by just taking it somewhere as opposed to just hopping into it. Actually, let's see. Hey, Iris, do we have a mission from Centurion at all? I didn't look in her mission log. I don't know if there's one there or not. She's still going to double speak it, by the way.
You already have an active Centurion assignment.
Okay, so there is one. Can you tell me about the current mission?
Hey Davith. We've got a Centurion internal mission for trade and logistics. It's cargo hauling, processed food bound for Microtech, Mike L1 Shallow Frontier Station. Here's the rundown. Category, cargo hauling. Status, pending. Reward, none specified. Deadline, complete within 1 hour. Priority, medium-high, priority 3. Notes, high priority cargo with secure transmission encryption required. The designated ship is the CBES Aurora Wing, which is ready with 40 SCU capacity. If you're ready to accept, let me know, and I'll lock us into action.
Yeah, y'all heard the bug there. That's fine. She's reading the ship I'm in, but she's not referencing the cargo. There's a bug in her script. What she's supposed to do is she's supposed to see there's 40 SCU. It's asking for 40 SCU. We're in a ship that has 4. So her logic is supposed to do one of two things. Either offer it to me at 4 SCU, which clearly she didn't do, or she's supposed to just outright reject it. And she can keep, and she's supposed to reject those missions based on the active ship. The problem is I was in the Carrack and that was the active ship when I started this adventure. So she's like, Carrack can easily hold 40, we'll roll with 40. That's a my problem thing less than her problem thing. I didn't pre-warn her that we were going to be in the Pisces, but that's fine. I can just tell her to edit it. Hey, Iris, we're in the Pisces, as you know already, so they're only going to get 4 SCU from us. That said, where can we... Well, 2 things. Where can we buy processed food? Cross-check Mike L1 to make sure we can sell processed food there, and then update the current mission's SCU total to 4. That's a lot of stuff. She's doing it all though. I'm sitting here watching her do it. It's real riveting screen stuff for you guys, I know, but
Here's what I've found, Davith. Where to buy processed food. Ruin Station, Pyro. By price, 288 AUEC per SCU. Stock, maximum inventory, full, 20,000 SCU available. Status, ready for purchase. Mike L1 overview, sell processed food. Sell price, 376 AUEC per SCU. Status, out of stock, empty, with unknown sell demand currently. Mission status update. The mission SCU total has been updated to 4 SCU to reflect your Pisces capacity. It's a straightforward run, especially with Ruin Station as the pickup point. Let's get this moving, Commander.
yes, ma'am. All right, set that mission as active.
Mission accepted and marked as in progress.
Guess we're going back to Pyro. So that's exciting. I didn't want to go back to Pyro this fast, but good news is we're in this and not that beast, so it'll be a little bit faster. All right, I'm not gonna make you guys wait to this jump to Pyro. You can go through the jump point with me, I guess. Or I can just see you at Ruin. I'll figure it out, but I'm not gonna make you sit through this. I'll be back. Hey guys, welcome back. We finally got here. I feel like it put me like really far away. You'll go through the jump point with me. I probably won't make you go through the jump to Ruin. I'll bring you along when we're at Ruin. Just, I don't know what you guys necessarily like and how I manage this. One side, I just crank up music, speed the jump up to the length of whatever that song is, and just let it go that way. I kind of like that method because it doesn't introduce a whole lot of weird jumps to you guys. Me just straight cutting those jumps, I mean, that's about 7-8 minutes depending either way out of the video, which cuts down the length a lot more than me just doing the song cuts. So ultimately I'll probably need you guys to give feedback there. I did it once before when I was doing these videos. It was largely in favor of the longer form, simply because how kind of relaxed and chilled my videos are. A lot of people just like having them up, so if it's just running, then it's just running. But we'll see. I'm just kind of playing with it. I do like the long form. They're easier to edit by a long shot. They just take longer for me to encode because I send them to a little laptop to encode. But we'll see. It's either that or I just start doing it on my main PC and just like leaving it on while I go to sleep and just letting it encode while I'm crashed. All right, let's get into this. Holy crap, that was bright. Yeah, sorry I can't go into Pyro. I just got blinded by the entrance. While we fly into this. Hey, Iris, while we go through the jump point to Pyro, why don't you tell everybody about the logistics division, since that's who we're doing a mission for.
Absolutely, Davith. It's only fitting to highlight the precision and mastery of the Trade and Logistics Division, the lifeblood of Centurion's operational core. Centurion Bioengineering, Trade and Logistics Division. Leadership, headed by the brilliant Sarah Kincaid, a seasoned negotiator who climbed her way up from UE merchant routes. She's renowned for her unmatched efficiency and an uncanny ability to close impossible deals. Role: this division orchestrates all cargo, supply, and transport operations for the company. Their scope includes ensuring critical supplies reach destinations safely and on time, serving as the backbone for all Centurion's field operations, whether it's medical, mining, or military efforts, managing trade routes, commodity exchanges, and supply chain logistics. Reputation: they're known for making the impossible possible. Sarah's leadership has instilled respect across the organization, even securing volatile or ultra-delicate shipments in hostile territories. Fun fact: the Trade and Logistics team operates under the mantra "every delivery ensures progress," believing that each shipment, no matter the size, contributes to the greater goals of Centurion bioengineering, security, exploration, and humanity's advancement. This mission is just one of many threads in the grand tapestry they weave, Commander. A small but vital pulse in Centurion's ever-thriving body.
And there you have it. There is lore and everything written behind the divisions. I spent a lot of time doing that. One thing I do want to do eventually is, as I recruit people into the organization and stuff, I won't say we're like a real heavy role play organization, but considering I write a lot and I've spent most of my life doing kind of role play writing scenarios, it's fitting for me that if it has that element to it. So if you like that kind of thing, I'm most certainly not going to bash you. I'm not going to like do anything. I'll just welcome you into it. There's a lot of like D&D stuff I've done, and that's mostly where it comes from. It's kind of like D&D, things like that. When I get more people into the organization, and as more people kind of show that, hey, you could actually lead a division, I will change her logic to their character name, like whatever they want that actual character name to be, and kind of change the not the history of the division, that won't change, but I'll add their profile as it was into Iris's memory. For example, I think Sarah has stuff, I'm not sure. Hey, can you tell me more about Sarah Kincaid? I'm really not sure if she... Look, I've gone through a lot of text in the last like month with this girl. I don't know everything she has.
Is at 50%.
Of course, Davith. Sarah Kincaid isn't just a skilled division leader, she's a cornerstone of Centurion's success. Here are the essential details about her. Sarah Kincaid. Position: Head of the Trade and Logistics Division. Background: Sarah comes from a long legacy of UE merchants, giving her an innate understanding of trade networks and economic strategies. She's one of those rare individuals who combine sharp intelligence with unparalleled perseverance. Leadership style: efficient and respected. Sarah is a pure professional, yet she has a talent for inspiring her teams, even under pressure. While often formal, she's known to push her subordinates to their limits, not out of cruelty, but because she sees their potential. Why she stands out: her nickname among Centurion crews is Dealmaker because she consistently secures agreements that seem impossible, whether it's brokering terms with sketchy outposts in Pyro or rebalancing critical supply chains in Stanton after crises. Personal philosophy: Sarah believes in serving others before herself, holding to a credo of service and honor within commerce. This aligns impeccably with Centurion's core values of integrity and human prosperity. Relationship with you, Davith. She's one of the rare division leaders who is completely transparent and appreciates your quiet decision-making style. She sees the Exploration Division's work as critical to enabling Centurion's logistical success. Sarah thrives when challenges arise, and missions like ours, a mix of complexity and high-priority needs, are precisely where she shines. She's someone you can trust to keep the gears moving across this wide and chaotic verse.
So she had a lot more than I thought she did. She did own word her stuff. I know I didn't write all of that as she read it, so she definitely transcribed that into her own irisy way. That's fine. But yeah, that's like a good example of kind of what I want to do, is have that memory for people's players, like for players within the org that are in those kind of higher end roles. Clearly, if we got really big, I can't add every single person to her database. Doing that with all the positions in the game that keeps updating is going to be madness enough. Trying to do that with people who are coming and going constantly, it's a bit much. But like leaders, their direct like subordinates, and just kind of like that upper echelon tree very much can go into her memory. But that also serves as another function, is if I get the Tory version of her out, or not really so much an if, it's long term, it's a win. A player running Iris could, like, if they needed to know, oh, who is my division leader, or who is my direct person that I can go to and ask a question, or just something like that, they can ask her, they can pull up that person, give them that information of who the player is and stuff, then they can just contact them through the org or something. there's a slight cut there because I wanted to say like 3 things and my brain did that thing where it tried to push all 3 at once and it didn't work. So yeah, that's kind of where I want everything to be. It's a future me want, of course, but hopefully we can get there. That's mostly up to you guys, how far we get in that regard. I'm building the foundation for it. I just need bodies. But okay, I'm gonna do that cut, I promised. I will see you guys at Ruin. We'll get the cargo, then I'll see you guys at Pyro Gateway through the jump point. I cut the other one. This one I'll just speed up to music. Ultimately, we'll see what people want. At some point somebody will tell me, I'm sure. I gotta get water at some point. I'm not gonna do it here. Iris will yell at me. But yeah, I'll see you guys when we get to Ruin. Hey guys, welcome to Ruin. I'm gonna see if Iris will do a function while we're here. That's the only reason I brought you back a little bit early. I know she'll do the landing gear and request stuff, but let's see what happens if I chain a bunch of things. Hey Iris, go ahead, request landing from Ruin Station. Update our current location to Ruin Station. And remind me again what we're picking up here. I don't need her to remind me of that. I know what I'm getting, but let's see what happens. Ooh, an error.
Landing request granted. Proceed to the designated landing pad at Ruin Station. Location update issue. Encountered an error while updating the current location to Ruin Station. I'll investigate this glitch as soon as we've landed. Reminder. We're picking up processed food here. Target quantity, 4 SCU. Price, 288 AUEC per SCU. Let's get this cargo secured smoothly, Davith. Systems online, files verified, and ready to rock. No surprises, just business as usual.
Yeah, she ran a verification after that error was thrown, but that's not a file she can edit to fix. She doesn't know how to fix it yet. So the problem there probably is something I did. I changed how location code works. It's supposed to change based on pickup and stuff of where I am, so it may already be updated. When I told her to change it herself, that is a different command of me manually telling her, hey, this is where we are. So it's a oops, wait. Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, okay. I didn't ask her to lower the landing gear and all that, like I thought I did. It's okay. Just a little scratch on the belly. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's not like I hit the ground hard. That is me relying on her to do the thing that I thought I told her to do, and I most certainly didn't. This thing is getting dirty though, right? Like I'm not going crazy. I noticed it when we were flying in. The wing, the cross on the wing was a bit scratched up. We'll leave that here. We'll go buy our 4 SCU. I'll load it. I will see you guys after I buy it. I'll cut it. I went to the wrong thing. I need to click that button. This is going to be a really long video, just so everybody's warned. I know a lot of people like cut their videos down to like 30 minutes and stuff, and it's like you've got to be cutting out literally everything, or you're just not really talking to your community a lot and you're just playing with friends. I talk to you guys more than anything, So that whole monstrosity is just a monstrosity. Medical clinic, public relations, market. I just need admin or something. What in the world would public relations in Pyro be anyway? Iris, what do you think public relations in Pyro is at like Ruin Station? This should be fun. She's either going to be serious or go off the rails. There might be an in between.
Ruin Station in Pyro screams unrefined opportunity in terms of public relations, the kind of place where image management takes grit and cunning. Here's the deal. Atmosphere: Ruin Station isn't polished, it's raw, chaotic, and deeply shaped by the rougher edges of Pyro's lawlessness. It represents survival, not elegance. Any PR effort here needs to tap into that edgy, survivalist culture rather than impose corporate gloss. Challenges: factions rule. Pyro stations, like Ruin Station, are often under factional control, such as outlaw groups like Rough and Ready. PR likely involves factional diplomacy, managing relationships with whoever has the sway that month. Perception of Centurion: in places like this, Centurion's values of integrity and progress with dignity may be seen as either too soft or suspicious. PR must shape Centurion as a reliable, fair player, while not appearing exploitable. Strategies: local alliances: forge ties with influential groups or factions, blending in rather than standing apart. Supply credibility: position Centurion's supplies or aid as life-saving, essential goods rather than high-value cargo, minimizing risk while gaining loyalty. No-nonsense messaging: focus on pragmatic service, reliability, and neutrality. Think, we're here to extend lifelines, not take sides. Potential rewards: if PR navigates well here, Ruin Station adds a secondary benefit. It's a proving ground for Centurion's ability to operate where other corporations shy away. Standing strong here earns street cred, not just in Pyro but also in systems watching from the fringes. It's all about finding ways to thrive without compromising Centurion's brand integrity while navigating a volatile reputation landscape. In Pyro, that's as much art as science.
I understand what she did there. She, being the forever corporate girl that she is, she took my question and ran with it being more of me asking, hey, if I wanted Centurion to operate out of Ruin, what PR challenges would we have? Also, I'm on the complete wrong level. I understand I'm screwing this up. I'm focusing too much on Iris and what she's saying and not so much on where I'm actually trying to go. I went there.
What's good for you?
See if I can't. Sure. That blindness after you come back out of Moby when you're here. It's annoying. But anyway, she took that as like, hey, Centurion could do okay here if we manage it right, which she's not wrong, but that does touch on something I do want with the org. Centurion is a good entity as long as it's beneficial to be a good entity. What I mean by that is in systems like Pyro, it can, should, and has every reason to be able to operate. Ooh, that's going to be a problem. We can get ice. They're going to get ice because actually they're not going to get ice either because I can only hold. These are little things I need to know. They only sell up to 8. We're not shoving 8 inside the Pisces. Oh well. That's fine. That's actually okay. What I'll do is I'll explain more of this when I do the cut back. You guys just got to watch a whole bunch of fun little failure that, again, probably screaming at me. But hey, look, I'm just listening to Iris and she doesn't know everything yet, the poor girl. That is a UEX problem that I need to fix, because when she's reading UEX missions, she needs to be like, okay, we have 4 SCU. This shop only sells at 8. And I think UEX has that line. Like it shows what values it sells at. So 1, 2, 4, 8. She's not grabbing that data. She needs to grab that data. That's fine. I don't expect everything to work. As far as I'm concerned, if we can land at the Carrack, this is a success. So we're going to go back to Stanton. We'll try to land at the Carrack. This is just one big elaborate loop to try to make sure that worked. That's all this is. I will see you guys in Stanton, and then I'll describe a little bit more about the org, I guess. Yeah, that'll be the plan. All right. Hey guys, I'm just cutting into the editing here. This is the 3rd video of day 1, basically. Even though these were taken over multiple days. I sat there recording this for about 3 hours. So this video was about 3 hours long. I've cut it down to this. I'm just jumping in here to kind of explain what happened, because I've cut out the entire end. Basically, my method worked, so we will be able to keep using the Carrack. I know how to kind of keep it persistent in the game now, at least I think so. So we'll officially start going into day 2. In the next upcoming videos, I'm going to go into a little bit about Centurion. I'm going to go into a little bit about Iris's current feature set, and just a little bit more about her, and like a kind of one-on-one more goal with her instead of kind of doing it in the game. These will be really short videos, just kind of really quick informational things. I'll always go into more detail in the actual videos themselves, but yeah, I just wanted to cut in, say hi, let you guys know what happened at the end of this, and yeah, we'll just keep on burning through. All right, later.